Everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Krista and I'm doing the May 2019 general reading for the sign of Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. So I don't know if you've been feeling this recently, Cancer, but over the past 4 to 6 weeks, I've been feeling massive shifts in energy. I feel big changes coming, things that we, even if successfully were avoiding for quite some time or couldn't pinpoint or identify, I really feel like that's all coming to the surface now. So I'm doing a 5-card Winds of Change spread reading for all signs for the month of May. If you'd like a private reading for any personal issue or concern, you can contact me using the details in the description for this video. All right, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. What are winds of change? What do you need to know regarding the winds of change for May 2019? Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising. What do you need to know with regard to winds of change for May 2019? Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising signs. Sun, Moon, Rising, winds of change. What do you need to know? May 2019. Wow, so I was supposed to stop shuffling when the big old Justice card jumped out. I'm going to put that back and keep shuffling for a moment. It'll be interesting to see if it shows up in your reading. Of course, we are dealing with a 2 with the 11 there. This probably, as in more than likely, has to do with a decision or a relationship. A decision within a relationship, about a relationship. Right and wrong, up and down, good and bad, these types of issues. And then another major arcana. So we have the Devil jumping out, addictions, codependency. Cancer, what is going on in May for you? It also could be a Capricorn. Could be dealing with a Libra or a Capricorn. Those are other cardinal signs, however. So very significant issues in the month of May for you so far. Let's keep shuffling here till I get that little feeling I get so I can get your cards laid down. Messages for Cancer, winds of change, May 2019. Winds of change, Cancer. Messages for Cancer, winds of change. Okay, so 3 major arcana jumping out. I can't seem to get that little feeling that I normally get. 2 crows just flew away outside my window. Something big is going on, Cancer. What's going on here? A second chance. The call is judgment. It's a second chance. It's a review. Messages for Cancer, winds of change, May 2019. All right, my dears. I'll be using bottom of the deck for general energy as I normally do. All right. There is so much major arcana energy here, even with, as you saw with the jumpers, even with your reading. You might be dealing with a Taurus, a Capricorn. Very likely a Capricorn. or someone with 10th house energy. Of course, that is the public, the father, the patriarch. Could be family in general. We are dealing with the Queen of Pentacles here. What's under her? All right, couple of fives. So 5 of Cups here under the Mother card, under the nurturer, the developer, the gardener. This is a healer, also known as the Virgo. And then we're dealing with the Capricorn here. So this could have to do with a family situation, mother, father. 5 underneath the gardener or the nurturer card is a loss. There's grief here, and then the other, which creates emotional tension. And then the 5 here, the 5 of Swords, which is communicative tension. Tension with thoughts, communication, beliefs. Could be a misunderstanding. It could just be a flat out argument, a disagreement or argument. So something big, however, that's impacting, very likely having to do with a father or patriarch situation here, something to do with the rulership, the boss. I would be careful, for example, if this has to do with a work situation. I would cross my T's, dot my I's, be, vigilant, especially at work. If you're growing something, developing something, a business plan, a relationship, what have you, it could be developing or have developed into something very mature here that just needs a little bit of extra care. And I would just pay attention to communication at this time. This is the only sword that we had jumping out the whole time. So just beware that you're communicating with the goal of peace and developing peace here. Just very curious energy. So let's get into each card's energy on its own and then what it means to the spread, of course. So here we're looking at the boss, the father. We're looking at a nice spirited energy here, someone who's probably younger than you or has younger, could even be your age or older, but someone who exhibits a really youthful energy to you. Fire energy, so Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo energy. But ultimately, this is just really fun, very passionate energy. It could be a little bit flirtatious. It could be someone who's willing to branch out or take a risk here, but it's all in fun. And then, like I said, with the 5 of Swords, there's probably an argument or a sense of discord. And then with your Wheel of Fortune in the center, I mean, something significant needs to switch. You need to level up here. You need to take it to the next level or do something you haven't done before to level up here. And like I said, under the auspices for general energy, under the Queen of Pentacles, this probably has to do with income, assets, money, job, work. Now there's 3 crows right outside. It's not often I see that. So 3 crows, joy. So something that could really pay off, something that you've been working on for a long time. If these aren't characters, a mother and father, a Virgo or Capricorn in your environment, for example, energetically speaking, it's something that has a lot of growth potential, something that has a great deal of nurturing potential, something that's built to last. So here at the Emperor in the how the change is associated with your physical being. I mean, it's who's the boss? Who are you going to let be in charge at this time is what I'm really reading here. So again, we are looking at the winds of change. So this is around significant changes or developments for your life beginning in the month of May. So how is it associated with your resources? Very well, very likely. This has to do with a family structure, the boss, the leader, or the patriarch within your family. So either you are or someone else is. What challenges, opportunities, or problems may it bring to you? Something having to do with how things are ruled or governed. Who's in control? This could be an opportunity to develop an understanding with a mother or a father this month. I do want to let you know that as well. I think it's just about a miscommunication or a misunderstanding or a need for communication here, because as we all know, the 6 follows the 5. The 6 really is about bringing some peace or equilibrium to a matter. If there's been communicative discord here, for example, the next card following a release from that is to, in essence, it sort of says, okay, I'm sorry, let's move on. Let's move on to calmer waters here instead of staying upset or say holding our ground, for example. But I don't think you necessarily have to say, sorry, I was wrong. Or someone doesn't necessarily have to say, sorry, I was wrong. But I do think an explanation could be helpful at this time from a top level, someone from the top down, or if you need to take it to the top up. So the challenge or opportunity that this may bring is that a conversation may be necessary with a parental figure, father figure, someone in power, someone in control, someone who has a lot of so this is Taurus energy. The Queen is actually the cardinal energy. This is Capricorn. And this is Taurus. So, very interesting. Lots of earth energy, something that was built to last. Very likely the family unit or something having to do with your family or the boss. If you're married, for example, this could be the husband in this situation or someone who's in charge of finances, that type of thing. This is someone who's actually very good at finances, by the way. Someone who's very good at money, very good at math, very good at accounting, very good at processes and developments, architecture, numbers in general. Someone who's just very profoundly smart at that. Here with the changer F, the changes effect on your plans or projects. Yeah, I think it is going to be inspirational. I mean, the Page of Fire, Page of Wands is a nice new opportunity. Here is a message or an opportunity here for you to get excited about something. So I do think that there, and we'll see what the other cards come up with regard to healing here. But, even if healing isn't the process that needs to happen in the month of May, understanding is going to make a significant improvement. Understanding that. So with regard to the challenges or opportunities, I think you can get excited about having communication or developing communication with this person. It's going to make something better. It's going to help develop understanding and possibly even appreciation. The emotional reactions or experience you can expect discord, right? So you and somebody else are definitely on 2 different pages in the chapter, or maybe you're just reading from 2 different books right now. Just because this is fire energy and it will have an effect on your plans, just be aware that you're not overtaken by rushing energy, overtaken by, say, being right, overtaken by just wanting something resolved so that you can move on. I think communication is significant just because of the discord that's met with the 5 of air, 5 of swords, as it were. You could be winning at a cost here as well. You could be right about something, but there's definitely a cost emotionally with this change, with this development. And then the Wheel of Fortune here right in the center, something you need to know about the nature of the change. Well, it's all going to come to a close, right? It can only last so long. I will keep that under there, that 5 of Cups, that loss and grief under the Queen of Pentacles there. Beware here that you're not gambling. You're not gambling something away. You're not being haphazard with something having to do with assets or long-term investments. I wouldn't go throwing the baby out with the bathwater this month, Cancer, for example. Let us look specifically at this 5 of Swords, a little bit out of place here. You can probably even just see with the color necessarily, it's a little bit out of place. I mean, there's a coziness factor to this too. It could be something you've always done or was used to, was the way you're brought up, that type of thing. Let's look at the Five of Swords. Why is the Five of Swords your emotional reaction? Why is the Five of Swords your emotional reaction or experience with this change? Why is the Five of Swords Cancer's experience and reaction? Wow. Because you have to make a decision. You're trying to hold two truths here. This is really weighing heavily on your mind, Cancer. Or it will appear to be weighing heavily on your mind in the month of May. Something that's caused discord here. I actually want one more card for that. What is the decision? What is the decision around the emotional reaction or experience? What's the decision around the emotional reaction or experience? Well, something you can't escape, something that's just coming at you. Can't slow it down. I mean, Cancer, it might just be a nice month for you to make some peace with somebody, you know, if that's what's going on here. Or you may feel like you're in a hurry to make that decision. You have to make a rushing decision, or you have to do something, you have to make up your mind. And you do, and it's going to cause an argument or discord, and you feel like rushed into it. If there's any rushing energy around making a decision around some of these big themes, family, control, legacy, father, husband, assets, investments, that type of thing, I would say if there's any cause for a rush, if there's any feeling that you're being rushed here, I would definitely hold off on making a decision. That's the way I'm seeing this. For example, if you're being coerced or pushed or taunted into having a discussion or communicating with somebody, for example, probably an earth sign, probably an Aries or earth sign. I would say try to take a step back from that or get more information. See where they stand. Because this is going to, whatever is discussed here or developed or agreed upon or argued about, looks like it's going to spin the wheel here. We have the Fox. There is a sense of trickery. I don't see the Seven of Swords. But we do have the 5 and the 2 together, which of course equals 7. This is camouflage. Sorry, the Fox is camouflage. I mean, yeah, and I do consider this similar to the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords is basically someone who's trying to tell two truths or be of two minds or know what the decision is, you just don't want to make it. It's going to upset somebody, it's going to upset you, etc. I think the camouflage here is not going to work in your favor this time. I think camouflage is part and parcel of this issue or the wind of change for you. I think trust could be an issue for you this month as well. I think you feel pretty good in and of yourself. You know, if left to your own devices, you probably could feel pretty good about a situation, but something does need to be clarified. Something does need to be adjusted, assisted, healed. You could feel like just going into hiding. I don't think it's going to solve the issue though. And I think especially because we have the 10s, especially because it's in the center for you, it's just something it's something from the past that's going to keep cropping up. Maybe it's time to put that burden down once and for all. Have that difficult conversation. Stop pretending. Show your true colors. It feels like it's old, you know, with the king and the queen. And it feels like it's controlling, or it's overbearing. It's in charge. It's the rule. It's the boss, etc. So yeah, I would take any support either from your ancestors or from source or your angels, however you look at that. With divine guidance, as I said earlier, I don't think this is something you can escape at all. I think it's something that you're going to have to tackle sooner than later. Being under divine guidance for me is very similar to, say, divine timing, except that divine timing is saying, like, you can't possibly know. It will happen and then you will know. Divine guidance is like, you'll never know. You just have to make a move and you have to trust. You're being guided in this direction or guided in this area. Building blocks. Yeah, something could be coming. Something needs to be revised here. Something that you had built maybe wasn't built to last. Something with these two individuals or with this type of earth energy. Something that was in charge. A paternity. Something that you felt, you know, either did or felt like it had control over you. With the building blocks here, it can say one of two things. It can say that you need to reassess where you are and where you need to go from here, and you might need to do some restructuring. Or you can take what you've learned and just keep building up from that. But again, with the throwing the baby out with the bathwater, I don't think you need to do that altogether. I think there's just an element of what is it that you're building here with these other two entities or with this paternal energy? And what do you expect to get out of it, right? I mean, it's significant in the sense where it's going to be impactful, at least by the end of May. Whatever is said or unsaid, whatever decision you make or don't make will create a big impact here. So passion, allow your heart to sing, your heart and soul to sing with joy. You know, and this is where I think this is coming from. I think you can give yourself a little bit more credit than perhaps you had been giving yourself. You can trust in yourself at this time. If it is a paternal or authoritarian type of energy and it is not yours, I would say that you have learned from it very greatly, and you can take those lessons and integrate and apply them. Maybe don't be so afraid. Maybe try to get more excited about what's about to happen, and that you have it in the bag. There's the fear factor around decisions that could be holding you back. And like, I want to reiterate, if you feel like you're in a hurry or you have to do something now, taking a step back from doing something right now is decision as well. So in terms of final decision makings this month, maybe try to hold off on that, get to the root of the matter, get to, you know, behind the scenes, why would this be happening? And why are you being asked to develop an opinion or an outcome so quickly or against your wishes? And then retreat. It is time to disconnect from the world. The image is a little bit of it's misleading. You don't necessarily go with anybody. You're going within. You just go away. You take a step back from a situation. And did I get all our cards here today? Wow. I thought there were more. Anyway, I think we have all our cards here. So I think that in terms of, you may feel like you want to quickly address something, even though you don't have all the answers. It might cause discord. There is some rushing energy here. I'm going to suggest holding off on that just for the time being. You know, get what you need in order to feel safe and strong. For example, it would be wonderful if you were indicated by the King or the Queen of Wands as opposed to the Page, for example. I think this is a very young, youthful, you could even be the child in this situation, Cancer, or there's a child involved. I think you just may be reactionary. This could be reactionary at this juncture. Maybe give it a little bit more time, ask for some more time, and don't get bullied or pushed or pressured into making a decision here around a conversation or disagreement or some discord. Just say it's something we can address in the near future. I need more time. And then develop appreciation and try to recognize what it is you're camouflaging here. What is it you would be camouflaging here? Perhaps you're not able to ask for what it is that you really need. And it has less to do with the other people or person or situation and more about how you can go about it if you're honest with yourself. So that is your reading for the month of May. I hope that was helpful, and I'm wishing you all the best. Take care, Cancer. Bye for now.